Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Paulding Pulse. It is October, fall is in the air, and the energy is crazy. We have got a full-packed episode for you today, just so that you'll have all of the stuff that's going on in Paulding County for the month of October to kick off your fall season. Always a lot to do and enjoy time with your family. And we've got a special spotlight for a real, true local hero. We want to share with you during our spotlight, Mr. Brice Mattick. I know you're going to find that very informative and very inspirational. So we're just going to jump right into it. We have got a ton of events taking place for the month of October. You don't want to miss any of this. Fill your calendar up and just be energized as much as the weather will energize you by the events taking place in Paulding County. So without any further delay, let's dive right into it and let's talk about what's going on in Paulding County in October. Coming this Friday, October the 3rd at the Dallas Theater. Skin Folks. This is a Leonard Skinner tribute band. They will be performing. Tickets are $25, $23 in advance, and you do not want to miss Skin Folks. They were here in 2023 for 2 shows, and both of them sold out. So go ahead, get your tickets early, save a couple of bucks, put that on your calendar, and I know you're going to have a good time at the Dallas Theater with Skin Folks. Hey, I told you, October is packed. And on Friday, kicking off, also, got Skin Folks downtown, but we've also got a rodeo coming to town. The Paulding Pro Rodeo will be at the Paulding Meadows Park. That's at Earl Duncan Park, Paulding Meadows. And it's going to start at 8 o'clock. Gates open at 6. Tickets are $25. Children 4 and under are free. And this will be Friday night the 3rd and Saturday the 4th. So make plans on, hey, put on your cowboy boots, your blue jeans, and your cowboy hat, and come out and be part of the Paulding Rodeo. Hey, there's nothing like watching a bunch of guys jump on a 2,000-pound bull and try to hold on for 8 seconds. So you want some excitement this weekend? Paulding Pro Rodeo is in town October 3rd and 4th. Hey folks, on October the 10th through the 13th, the Hiram Police Department, they are going to be hosting the Faith in Blue. There's going to be some basketball competitions that will be taking place. Faith in Blue is a collaboration of local law enforcement professionals, local business owners, community organizations. They come together to bring the community together at a time and all that. If we ever needed unity in our world today, it is definitely now. We just want to give a big shout out to the Hiram Police Department for hosting this. So October the 10th through the 13th, make plans on going and being part of the Faith in Blue. It's going to be held there at Ben Strickland Park. So if you want to see a little basketball, get to show your respect, your appreciation for the men there that are wearing the uniform, the men and women. We encourage you to be part of the Faith in Blue for October 10th through the 13th. On October the 11th, at the Pickett's Mill Historical Battlefield, from 6 to 7, they're going to have what is known as a Golden Hour Tour. Now this is that time as the sun is just beginning to set, the sky is beautiful. You can need to come out, bring your cameras, be part of this. Like I say, 6 to 7 p.m. on October the 11th, and this is at Pickett's Mill. Now Pickett's Mill is located at 4432 Mount Tabor Church Road in Dallas. So put that on your calendar for October the 11th. Get to go out, get some fresh air, get to see. By that time, the leaves will be changing. Things are going to be beautiful. And if you have never been to Pickett's Mill in the fall, you don't know what you are missing. It is beautiful scenery, just so serene and peaceful. So plan on being with those guys. I know that you will have a very good time. Hey, while you're at Pickett's Mill, also put on your calendar that October the 18th, there's going to be an opportunity. It's called leaf rubbing. This is an art that is it's old as the hills, as they might say. But plan on being at Pickett's Mill on the 18th. This is a 5-hour event. It's a drop-in event. You can just show up and be part of it. And I believe it starts around 3 o'clock that afternoon, runs until on up into the evening. So make plans on being at Pickett's Mill, again, 4432 Mount Tabor Church Road on the 18th. And a lot of these talents, a lot of these crafts, this art, it's been lost if we're not careful through time. We all get busy, but this is a time to just slow down a little bit and go back in time and learn some of that, those talents that we can bring back to life. So plan on being at Pickett's Mill on the 18th of October. You can't talk about October without talking about Halloween. On October the 25th, we're back up at Paulding Meadows. Trick or Treat Village from 2 to 7 p.m. on October the 25th. Put your costumes on. You may want to be a ghost. You may want to be a goblin. You may want to be a witch. You may want to be a superhero. That's entirely up to you. But make plans on bringing the family out to Trick or Treat Village. This is a tremendous event. This is gigantic, folks. Been going on for years. The Paulding Parks and Rec, they do an amazing job at hosting this and putting it on. So you want to put it on your calendar and to bring the kids, the grandkids. Hey, bring yourself out. Fill your candy dish up. October 25th, and all from 2 to 7 p.m. at Paulding Meadows. You want to be at Trick or Treat Village. Now, folks, as we promised, you're going to be inspired with the little bit of time that you're going to get to spend with Mr. Brice Mattick. Brice, he was the deputy that back on April the 17th just went to a routine call. It was a health check. And as they went in, things really went south in a hurry. Mr. Mattick, he was actually shot in the shoulder. And we just want you to get to hear his story. But we also want to remind you that don't cut away, because at the end of the interview, we've got some information to share with you about the Chris Kendall market. But let's spend a little time with Brice and be inspired by his true heroic story. Brice, how you doing?
Doing good, sir.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, and as I just learned a few minutes ago, this is your off day. So that speaks volumes more to your character than anything else. You're coming in from your busy schedule, take your off day, and then share it with us. So we appreciate that. We're gonna just dive right into it. First, tell us a little bit about Brice. How long have you been on the force? I mean, just give us a little bit about you.
So I've been in the sheriff's office since October 2021, I believe. So coming up to 4 years next month. I've been started in jail and did about a year and a half there. Went to mandate in 2022 in about February, graduated in April. Since then, I've been on the road ever since.
So you like being on the road better than in
jail?
Yeah,
I love the road better than jail.
Cool. Well, that's going to really lead a lot of my questions today. I mean, because you had quite an experience back on April the 17th of this year. Just so everybody knows, that's the day you answered a call, you and your fellow deputies, and not to steal your thunder anyway, but you were shot. Tell us a little bit about that day. What kind of call was it you were responding to?
So initially we were responding to just a welfare check of a mother was concerned for her son. She called her place of employment. Their place of employment actually called us. So that's how we kind of got all our info, was kind of a third party. They were saying that her son was having a manic episode and potentially had a large gun with him. That's all we knew at the time.
So you knew there was a gun possibly there going into it. Knowing that, what was going through your mind when you got on the scene? I mean, to me, that would change my whole mindset.
Yeah, it heightens things for us a lot now that there's a potential of a gun. It's not illegal to carry a gun, but when our standing is we want to make sure everyone's safe, the mother, him, and the other party that was in the house as well, making sure everyone's okay before the actual incident occurred.
So he wasn't in the room when y'all first walked in?
We answered the call. We were in the garage speaking with the mother. She was kind of going over what happened, how she was concerned for her son's well-being as well as her own and the other parties in the house. She tried to explain to me what type of gun. She didn't exactly know. She just said it was a big gun. So we entered the house kind of knowing that there might be a gun involved, and really just want to check to see if he was okay.
Was the gun visible when you walked into the room?
No, sir.
So he wasn't you were in the garage, you go into the house. What room was he in?
So he was in his bedroom, which was kind of the far right of the house.
Okay.
The mother granted us entry. She walked into the bedroom first. She kind of was trying, hey, he's here. He's under his covers. And that's kind of when everything escalated. So us being a law enforcement, everything's about the hands. We need to see hands. Him being in the covers is kind of like a civil safety issue. We want to see what he's got in the covers because I don't want to turn around and shoot me or my other deputies behind me. Mm-hmm. So I went with the shield in my left hand. I holstered my gun and then told the rest of the stack, was like, hey, I'm going in for the hands on to see if we can just see where the gun is, because he's not responding to anybody. His mom was trying to talk to him, get him up, and he just wasn't saying anything.
So mom was in the room when all this was playing out. What was going through your mind as you're going in? I mean, because at this point, I would think that, you're paying attention to every move he's making.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to describe what's going on because your mind is a million things per second with this heightened situation. Now, going up to the room, you never know whatever kind of call is going to be. So you never know what you're going to lead up to or what you're going to walk up to in any given time. But for this one, I was thinking, okay, he could have a gun. He might try to shoot one of us, just kind of be a little heightened awareness. And that's when I moved the cover back, and that's when I saw an AR-style gun at the foot of the bed.
Oh, so it was not a handgun?
There was multiple guns in the room. On the foot of the bed, there was an AR-style gun. I don't really remember what kind or caliber it was. I yelled back the stack, like, hey, there's a gun. And that's when he turned and pointed the pistol at my face.
So he points the pistol at your face.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction?
So there was a lot of things going through my mind. So you're in a stack mentality. You can't really go side to side because then you're going to get the guy behind you shot. I really didn't think I could jump on top of him because I didn't want him to wrestle the gun from me. And now my backup can't do what they need to do. And I knew I didn't have time to draw my own pistol and try to save my own life. So the only one reaction was to grab the gun. That was right there.
So you grabbed the actual gun that at what point, what was going through your mind when you realized you've been shot?
So I didn't realize I was shot.
Really?
I didn't realize. I just knew I wrestled the gun and moved it away from my face, and I remember hearing a single bang. It didn't sound like a gunshot to me. It kind of sounded like a balloon had popped. And then the next thing I know, I couldn't move my left arm. So I just thought, like, it's weird if I can't use my arm anymore. And then the next thing I remember, I'm being dragged out the room by Deputy Langston, and he got me back to a safe point and started providing first aid.
So you shot in the left arm?
Right here.
Right, okay. So, wow. I mean, that could have been a little lower. I mean, but I'm sure you had on armor.
Yep.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we're talking almost point-blank range.
Yeah, less than a foot away.
Yeah, and so tell me about the deputies that were with you. How many of them were they?
There was 3 others. So we had Deputy Davis, Deputy Resco, and Deputy Langston.
And so once you're shot, because it sounds to me like they probably knew you were shot before you realized you had been shot.
Yeah. I don't know the specifics right after it was shot. I don't remember what happened. I still don't. That was 5 months ago.
Wow. And so I got to ask, I mean, because you guys go through some extensive training. How did that training play into this? How do you think that training helped you?
So training just gives us that instinct and that reaction that we need. So when some life critical event happens, training helps that when you can't think, just to go to your bare instincts and do what you have to do to survive. So training helps build upon your instincts of just try to survive as much as possible. Just try to do the things that you have to do to survive. So that's how my training, and I give my training division all the praise for this, because in a bad situation that happened, I was able to pull through, and all me and the other deputies were able to survive that situation that could have been fatal for all four of us.
Yeah. Now, from my understanding, the gentleman that was there that day, fire was exchanged, and he deceased on the scene. Mm-hmm. I have to ask, because you work with these guys every day, how has this impacted you in any way? Emotionally, mentally, physically, and also your fellow deputies?
Yeah, I have a stronger bond with all four of those, or all three of those guys. When you go through something like that, you become real close with all those guys.
No doubt.
So I already had a pretty close bond with a few of them going into this, but now we're, thick as thieves. But emotionally, physically, it's took a toll on me, obviously, because I've lived in Paulding County all my life, never once thought, when Brandon died back in August,
yeah,
that hit hard, because I never thought in a million years that would happen, because nothing ever bad happens in Paulding County.
Right.
And now going through Brandon, my incidents, and any multiple other incidents that I've witnessed being short time on the road, it's insane.
Because we lost Brandon in August, and then you experienced this in April.
Mm-hmm.
So, in less than a year. So at what point, I know you said you came back, you remember, you were being taken out of the room. What was going through your mind when you were either told or you realized that I've been shot?
Well,
how do you process that?
Kind of just didn't think about it. I was like, all right, we'll move on. We'll do what I got to do. To other deputies were here. I was like, all right, maybe you can ask a few of them. I was joking with them on scene and was like, hey, well, that happened. So, yeah, you just kind of dealt with it and let them help me. And then, thankfully, fire and EMS got there quick.
Yes.
So they were able to transport me to the Kennestone really quickly.
Okay, so you went to Kennestone. Now, how long were you in the hospital?
I think about 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in that.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow. So, I got to ask then, was it clean entry, clean exit?
Nope.
Nope.
Still have the bullet with me this day.
Oh, to this day, still there. That's not a souvenir that most people want to hold on to. So, so after this takes place, and now you're at the hospital and you're going home, family. When did they get notified?
Well, funny story about that. So I was able to grab my phone because I knew I didn't want my mom to figure out what happened from the news. So I called her like, hey, Mom, I've been shot. I'm going to Kennestone. And then I hung up the phone. And then after, because in my head, I gave her all the information.
Your mom had a conversation after that, I'm sure.
Oh, the EMS lady was she was like, is that all you're going to say? I'm like, probably should have told her I was okay. So I called her back and said, Mom, I'm fine. I was shot in the shoulder. I'm going to Kennestone. Just get here as soon as you can. So then I could tell she was like, okay, I got to get ready. And then she left and met me at the hospital.
Wow.
All my brothers and sisters, they learned down later in the day that it happened. And that's kind of how that worked out. Poor mother, though.
Yeah, that was sort of that was a brutal way to tell her,
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, this is Brice. I've been shot.
In my defense, I was really high on fentanyl. So wasn't thinking clearly. And
I'm certain. When you hired on with the force, had this ever crossed your mind thinking that, hey, I've got a dangerous profession?
Yeah, sure. It crosses your mind every call. You think like, wow, I could really end it badly, but you never really think that call is going to be the one. Now it opened our eyes a lot with Brandon. It opened my eyes a lot and now going to calls thinking this can happen because I've seen it firsthand. I've witnessed murders. I've witnessed countless other violent acts. So I'm just trying to go through the motions of like, okay, this is how I have to respond to this call. This is how I have to respond to this call. So it's always in the back of your head, but you never really think that this call is going to be the call.
Yeah. How, that's how it's changed for you. Mm-hmm. How do you think it's changed for your fellow deputies? Because like we already said, in less than a year, we've lost a deputy. Now another one has been shot. How has things changed? How does those morning meetings before your shift starts? How are those maybe different now than they were before?
It's kind of a hard question because it's nothing's fundamentally changed. We still answer the calls the same way. I know with my group of guys that I work with every day, we're tight. So we communication. We're like, we're going to respond this way. If this happens, we got to do this, and then training. So we all train as a shift, or at least try to as much as possible, because it's good to have an agency-wide training. But if I train with people like, detectives, and we're not going to really meet out in the field.
True.
So that's why we get in-shift training. Just, let's go to the shoot house. Let's go run some drills so we know how we're all going to act. So I should know what my deputy's going to do without even talking to him.
Wow.
So.
Wow. I mean, that's just like one cohesive unit right there. So you mentioned a while ago that born and raised in Paulding County, and you made the statement, nothing bad ever happens in Paulding County. How has that changed? How has this experience changed the way you view Paulding County today?
I mean, it's changed ever since I got on the road. Now this is a little bit more extreme case. I don't look at everyone as citizen and think they're going to try to kill me, but that thought's always in the back of my head now. I think everyone's got a gun. I mean, Paulding County, it's probably true. Everyone does have a gun, but not everyone's going to try to shoot me. So that's why I got to fight that urge to think that way and look, okay, they're just a citizen. They're just look what I was. I was born and raised here. So.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, for you to put the uniform on, you have to have a servant's heart. I mean, because you're serving us. And it doesn't sound like that has tarnished that in any way. But your mindset, is anything changed as far as that being that servant to the community? Did it change any of your view? I mean, more committed, less committed? I think I'm
a little more committed now. I'd like to get help for people who need help. If they're in a mental crisis, they do need help, and it's unfortunate what happened to that young man. I hate that we had to do it, but he kind of let us know. We gave us no choice. We, if you shoot at us, we have to save our lives.
No doubt.
But as a community, I love Paulding County. I treat every citizen as if they were my grandma, how I want my grandma to be treated.
I love that.
So I want to make sure that the people who need help, and if that means I got to take somebody to jail, that means I got to take somebody to jail that day.
Well, I want to rewind. Prior to you being on the force, what made you want to be, in law enforcement?
So I had an uncle that was in law enforcement. He was a Marine. He kind of showed me and told me kind of what his job was. And so I was curious, and I joined the Paulding County Explorer program for a few months. So that was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is it. It's intriguing, and I was told I can't be doing stuff sitting down. I got to do it with my hands. I got to be out.
Yeah.
So
no doubt somebody influences you, and no doubt you're going to influence others that will be coming after you. What advice would you give them after this experience? I mean, because, a lot of times if you never experienced this, I can imagine, and only imagine, and I'm admitting that it's like, hey, we're here to serve the community. We're here to do good. But you've got a deeper perspective on this now. So someone that, is coming out of high school, they're interested in, coming out of college, they're interested in getting into law enforcement. What's your advice for them?
So you got to get into this profession for the right reasons. That would be my biggest advice. Like, you got to want to do this job. You got to want to serve. And then never stay stagnant. Always train. Because the moment you start, being complacent is the moment people get hurt or killed. So always train. Training is key for everything. So if you can continue to train, or if you're just getting into this force, it's kind of hard to do that. Or just talk to one of us. We'd be happy to talk to you and just kind of get you, hey, this is what you need to do. If you want to join, you're going to start at the jail. Or if you already have experience, you come to the road, do FTO and that. But yeah, I would say the biggest thing is just look into yourself and see why you want to do this job.
That's good advice. That really is. How are you today? I mean,
so I'm fine. It's just, little mental scars that you get here and there. But the biggest thing with that is I talk to my friends on the force. I gotta go to therapy now, just to make sure that my head's in the right place. Which I don't think this has altered me to my core. I think it's just as a bad incident that happened. It really could have been avoidable, but it didn't. So I'm just gonna work, train, and give him wow.
So you mentioned therapy. What other ways are you staying motivated? I mean, because again, I'm speaking ignorantly or naive or ever how you want to put it, because I'm not in your shoes and I've got the utmost respect for all of you guys. But, how do you stay motivated?
So for me, I got friends, really friends on the force, because I can talk to people about what I do, but unless they really experience it, they're not going to understand it. So I got my shift partners that I work with, we're really close with all of them. So I talk to them. That really helps in finding a hobby that you like to do that's not work. So for me, I love motorcycles.
I was going to ask, what is your hobby then?
I love motorcycles. I have one. And I tend to ride it with a group of guys, mostly on the force as well. So that's what we do. That's what we like to do. So it's just something that gets your mind off of work and a relaxing period that you can actually wind down and get to where you need to be for those few off days that you get.
I love hearing that. It's almost like a family unit there. I mean, and how could it not be go through an experience like what you have? What do you hope that the residents of Paulding County, the people that are going to be watching this, what do you hope they take away from your experience and what you shared with us today?
Well, I hope they just get our support. Just know that, we're humans too. But I mean, think throughout, if I had to say anything to this video is, I'm thankful for all the support. I can't tell you how many messages I got on Facebook or something like that, just how the outpour of love in this community. So I really appreciate all of that. If they take away anything, it's just, we do a dangerous job and we need all the help that we can get.
You do have a dangerous job, and Brice, we appreciate it. I appreciate you taking time on your off day to come in here and spend time with us and to just share your experience. Thank you for your commitment, your dedication, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I know that you found that just, I was blown away. This young man just putting his life, I looked at it, he put his life on the line for me, is the way I look at it, for me and my family and your family. And, hats off to him. And we're just so thankful for young men like Brice and the entire Paulding County Sheriff's Office. They just do so much. The Dallas Police, the Hiram Police, the Paulding Marshals, our law enforcement, they do so much for us, and we really appreciate them. And we appreciate Brice. Thank you so much, young man. You are truly a local Paulding County hero. Now, folks, as we promised, we've got some updates on the Paulding Christkindl Market. It was a gigantic success last year. Last year was the first year that we did it, and we are bringing it back this year. We've got some changes going on. Last year, if you got an opportunity to attend, we had it at the courtyard there in front of the courthouse and in front of the admin building. And had live entertainment, food trucks, different crafts. This year it will be moved, still be at 240 Constitution Boulevard at Veterans Park, but it's going to be at the, I guess that's going to be the east end of the park, there where the stage is located. There's going to be vendors. We have grown it big enough. The vendor tent alone is going to be 40 feet by 140 feet long. So going to have tons of vendors, still going to have the booths. We got German cuisine, got the arts and crafts, food trucks galore. There's going to be snacks. Hey, but most of all, Santa Claus is going to be there. And you want to bring the kids and let them spend a little time with Santa. Sit on his knee, tell him what they want. You may even want to sit on his knee and tell what you want. And so come out to the Christkindl Market and spend a little time. There's going to be live entertainment. that we will have scheduled. Our schools are going to be there. They're going to be providing some entertainment. So there is a lot that is going to be going on. You don't want to miss it. It is December the 12th, 13th, and 14th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. December the 12th, it will be from 5:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. And I have been told by little elf that Santa will probably arrive around 7 p.m. So you want to be there. On Saturday, we will open back up at 12 noon and it will run until 9 p.m. that night. And then on Sunday, it will be at 1 o'clock and we will close it down for the year at 6 p.m. that day. And we've got a sweet addition this year. You know, last year we had sweatshirts and long sleeve t-shirts. We're going to bring those back, but we got something else we want to share with you. There is a commemorative ornament that is being made. It's dated 2025. This can be yours. And we're going to be selling these. They're a limited edition. So please let us know if you are interested in getting one of your very own 2025 Paulding County Christkindle Christmas ornaments to hang on your tree and to commemorate this great event. Folks, you don't want to miss the Christkindle Market. It is amazing. Hey, we thank you so much for joining us today, spending a little time with us, some opportunities here to find out what is going on in Paulding County. Another shout out to Mr. Brice Mattick. Thank you for joining us. We want to remind you, please like us, follow us, and share on Facebook. Let your neighbors know this is where they can find what's going on in Paulding County, because as we always say, we like to meet you at the pulse of the action. And we'll see you next month to tell you what's taking place in November.